Is it possible for a franchise, just moments removed from the pinnacle of championship contention, to be so strategically brilliant in one area, only to be so bafflingly negligent in another? How can a team, fresh off a deep playoff run, seemingly forget the fundamental building blocks of success, leaving a gaping, unaddressed wound at the very heart of its roster? Because right now, the Boston Celtics, a storied organization that prides itself on intelligent, forward-thinking moves, finds itself in an utterly perplexing predicament. They have arguably the worst center rotation among Eastern Conference playoff hopefuls, and the most frustrating part? It was entirely avoidable. The offseason began with a devastating blow that forced the Boston Celtics into an immediate and drastic pivot. The news that Jayson Tatum, their undisputed superstar and the very engine of their offense, had torn his Achilles during the 2025 NBA playoffs sent shockwaves through the league and instantly slammed shut what had once appeared to be a wide-open championship window. In the face of this seismic injury, team president Brad Stevens, known for his shrewd and calculated decision-making, executed a swift and decisive roster reshuffle. His priority was clear: jettison high-value contracts, prioritize financial flexibility, and lay the groundwork for long-term planning around a healthy Tatum and Jaylen Brown in the seasons to come. On paper, these moves were logical, even commendable in their fiscal prudence. But in the cold light of day, a critical position was left not just exposed, but utterly decimated: the center. The departures of key big men have left Boston's paint presence thinner than ever before. Kristaps Porzingis, the versatile stretch five, who brought unique offensive spacing and defensive rim protection, was traded to the Atlanta Hawks in exchange for Georges Niang. Al Horford, the veteran anchor, defensive linchpin, and locker room leader, is reportedly nearing a deal with the Golden State Warriors, a move that would see him join a direct rival. And Luke Kornet, a reliable backup who provided size and energy, signed with the San Antonio Spurs in free agency. These were not minor losses. These were the three primary centers who had formed the backbone of Boston's frontcourt. Their collective absence has created a void so profound that the Celtics now enter the season with a center rotation that is not only depleted, but alarmingly stands as arguably the weakest among any team with legitimate playoff aspirations in the Eastern Conference. Brad Stevens' master plan for financial flexibility saw several significant transactions unfold. Drew Holiday, a critical two-way guard, was traded to the Portland Trail Blazers in a package that brought Anthony Simons and a future second-round pick to Boston. While Simons offers valuable shooting and playmaking, he brings little in terms of size or interior defense, further exacerbating the team's frontcourt issues. The Porzingis trade, as mentioned, brought in Georges Niang, another perimeter-oriented player known for his shooting, but not his prowess in the paint. The Celtics also waived J.D. Davison, a minor move in the grand scheme, but another body off the roster. In terms of new additions, Luka Garza and Josh Minott were brought in via free agency, but neither has a proven track record as a consistent, capable contributor on a playoff-caliber roster. They are developmental pieces, at best, not immediate solutions to a glaring problem. The 2025 NBA draft offered another opportunity to address the burgeoning crisis in the paint. With the 28th pick, the Celtics selected Hugo Gonzalez, a promising 6'6" wing from Spain. While Gonzalez possesses intriguing potential, he is widely considered a long-term project and is highly unlikely to make a significant impact on the 2025-26 campaign. Crucially, of the 3 draft picks the Celtics made, not a single one was a true big man, a decision that has left many scratching their heads. The result of this series of moves, or lack thereof, is a stark and concerning reality. The Celtics are set to enter the new season with Neemias Queta and Luka Garza as their only listed centers. To compound the issue, undersized forward Xavier Tillman, a gritty and versatile defender, may be forced into playing significant minutes at the small ball 5, a role that, while he can handle it in short bursts, is not sustainable for an entire season against the league's premier big men. This is not merely a suboptimal situation, it is unequivocally not a recipe for success, even in what is being framed as a gap year while Tatum recovers. The baffling nature of this oversight is amplified by the fact that a clear, low-cost solution emerged during the Celtics' own Summer League campaign. Among the standout performers, Charles Bassey, a former Western Kentucky standout, shone as a beacon of hope. Bassie, who has bounced around the NBA with stints on the Philadelphia 76ers and San Antonio Spurs, showcased precisely the attributes Boston desperately needs: robust rim protection, tenacious rebounding, and an infectious hustle that energizes the entire team. He's a mobile, physical big who can contest shots at the rim and set bone-jarring screens, providing the kind of interior presence that is now conspicuously absent. According to Noah Dalzell of SB Nation's Celtics blog, Bassie is not only available, but is actively hoping to sign with Boston, despite receiving interest from international teams. This is where the frustration truly boils over. The move to sign Bassie is so glaringly obvious, so strategically sound, and so financially palatable that it's genuinely baffling why it hasn't already been completed. He wouldn't demand a significant financial commitment, making him a perfect fit for a team prioritizing fiscal flexibility. Crucially, he knows the system, having spent the Summer League with the Celtics, eliminating any lengthy adjustment period. And most importantly, he directly fills a critical void in a rotation that is now thinner than ever in the paint. With Horford and Porzingis gone, the Celtics lost more than just size. They lost invaluable experience, crucial floor spacing, and vital defensive awareness. While Bassie may not be a floor spacer, his mobility and physicality offer solid value in a backup or third-string role, providing much-needed stability and depth. The strategic importance of a strong center rotation cannot be overstated, especially for a team that just last season was the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. That success was powered by their elite defense and the remarkable flexibility provided by their frontcourt. The presence of both Horford and Porzingis gave head coach Joe Mazzulla a myriad of options on both ends of the floor, allowing him to tailor defensive schemes and offensive sets to exploit matchups. Without them, that dynamic collapses. Nemias Quetta, while showing flashes of potential last season, remains foul-prone and inconsistent, unable to reliably anchor a defense for extended minutes. Luka Garza is, by most metrics, a below-average defender, a liability in the paint against elite NBA bigs. And Xavier Tillman, for all his versatility and heart, is best utilized as a short-burst bench piece, not a primary option at the 5. This simply isn't enough to compete, even in a gap year. Even if the Celtics are not aiming to contend for championship without Tatum, there is immense value in maintaining structural integrity and a competitive roster. By neglecting to add a legitimate center, whether it be Bassie, another veteran free agent, or even using one of their second-round picks to address the position, they are quite frankly asking for trouble. The smart financial steps they've taken, shedding Porzingis and Holiday's large contracts to avoid tax penalties, and setting up for retooling around Tatum and Brown in 2026, are indeed commendable. Anthony Simons is a valuable addition who could very well blossom into a borderline all-star. But the glaring lack of center depth undermines all of these otherwise intelligent moves. If the goal was to simply tread water in the 2025-26 season while Tatum recovers, it's incredibly difficult to imagine Boston staying truly competitive with the current roster imbalance. The team is, terrifyingly, just one injury away from being forced to start a second-round rookie or a G League big in meaningful high-stakes games. This is precisely why a low-cost, high-value signing like Charles Bassey should have been locked in weeks, if not months ago. Even a veteran minimum deal for someone like Goga Bitadze or Bismack Biyombo, established bigs who could provide a modicum of stability and experience, could have patched this gaping hole. Instead, the Celtics are gambling, betting that a group of fringe rotation bigs, none of whom have proven to be consistent NBA starters or even high-level backups, can collectively handle 48 minutes of interior basketball every single night. It's a gamble that seems unnecessary and fraught with risk. The 2025 offseason isn't technically over, and there is still a sliver of time for the Boston Celtics to correct course and address this critical oversight. Signing Charles Bassey would be a smart, necessary first step, a low-risk move that would immediately bring much-needed stability and depth to their frontcourt. It won't solve all their problems, nor will it magically transform them back into a championship contender overnight, but it would provide a crucial safety net and a more legitimate rotation. In the long term, the Celtics should absolutely consider targeting a younger, more athletic big via trade or in the 2026 draft to develop alongside Tatum and Brown, building a sustainable foundation for future contention. For now, though, simply finding a stopgap, a capable body to fill the void, would go an incredibly long way. The Boston Celtics made several strategic, financially savvy moves this summer. They cleared cap space, acquired promising young talent, and set themselves up for future flexibility. But in doing so, they seemingly forgot one critical, undeniable truth. In the modern NBA, size still matters. And right now, the Boston Celtics are running critically short on it. What do you make of this perplexing situation? Is the Celtics front office being brilliant in its long-term vision or dangerously short-sighted in its immediate roster construction? Do you think they'll finally make a move for center, or will they roll the dice with their current depleted rotation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because your insights fuel this discussion and make our community truly special. And if this deep dive into the Celtics offseason conundrum resonated with you, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for all the breaking news and in-depth analysis that keeps you ahead of the game.